Welcome back to the ET Money Show, and let's get straight to our next discussion that is lined up. So passenger vehicle sales in India has picked up momentum, and this year, if we see, the sales have been spectacular and at record levels when it comes to the festive season sales. But as we know that December is around the corner, and it's that time of the year where year-end discounts and offers will flood the automotive market come this next month. So is this a good time to book your dream car, or should you wait for the new launches that are lined up for 2023? That's the question we are asking. And not just that, should you choose an EV or a hybrid, or you should stick with the conventional cars, because now their offerings are giving you a lot many options. So to answer all these questions, we are being joined by Mr. Kranti Sambhav, who is the editor and lead auto at Times Drive. Kranti, a very good evening, and thank you so much for joining us today onto the show. If we look at the trend in the month of December, so the car companies do offer good discounts to clear out their inventories. But this year has been a bit exceptional because of the demand near record levels. We did see even in the festive season, the companies didn't offer that great discount. So the first question is, should we expect this year to be different than those what we witnessed in the past when it comes to discounting?
Thank you so much, Rishi. So we are already witnessing a different kind of scenario this year, because as far as my conversation with many manufacturers and dealerships, what we are seeing is less number of cars which are in the inventory, and lesser number of cars going in that carry forward lot. So the waiting period is such that most of the customers are anyway waiting for their products. Most of the companies know that December is the month when so many people expect their dream cars to come at a attractive pricing. So they generally plan their manufacturing so that in December the lot or the inventory is not that high. But as you mentioned, the number of vehicles which are on a very long list of waiting period, companies are not giving that great those kind of discounts which we are used to, and the kind of conversations we have always had during December and January. So this year is definitely different from previous years, when we see lesser discounts, we see lesser number of cars in the inventory. And this might be the year when you would be happier to buy the car in December only, because the kind of waiting period we are seeing in most of the highly sold cars.
So not a great news or some insight for our customers, but surely they will be happy when they have the delivery, because you were touching upon the delivery aspect when it comes to the waiting period. So even if one books a car in 2022 December, they may get the delivery only in next year. So the question is whether going forward in the next calendar year, are you getting some insights that the waiting period is expected to cool down and one can get some early delivery? And especially this is on the lines of some of these hot selling models like XUV 700, Vitara, Brezza and rest of that. What's the take coming in on that?
So, you're right. The kind of waiting period we've seen maybe 21, 22, that is kind of easing off. So in 2023, we might see some better delivery timings for most of the hot selling cars. But at the same time, there's one more aspect which I'm pretty excited about. Auto Expo, when so many new models generally they are announced, and what we might see this coming Auto Expo, that few of the products which we haven't discussed, whether it's a Jimny 5-door or Thar 5-door, we might see them as well. So many customers are also waiting for that phase when they will have better or maybe varied choices. But having said that, right now what we're seeing is the number of months in the waiting period. I think it has decreased, and many customers are lucky enough to get their cars in maybe a couple of months, much earlier than what was told to them. So the waiting period is now less. In 2023, we might see some improvement in that as well. But we are also going to see many new cars coming to market, which might be attractive enough for customers to wait for them.
So Auto Expo is the event that all of you enthusiasts are looking forward to. But when it comes to the launches in the mass segment, which is the one car that you are waiting for? And because in 2022, what we have seen and before that as well, the trend is now shifting purely to SUVs. So 2023, are there more SUV launches that are lined up that customers should be looking forward to?
Definitely, Sushi. So as an enthusiast, I'm honestly I don't want to be politically correct or something, but the thing is that I'm waiting for most of the cars which are on the way. But there were two products which we have seen as a journalist, as a auto journalist, we have seen the kind of response, the kind of inquiries for Jimny 5-door version and the Thar 5-door version. These two cars are kind of most awaited, and as we joke that Jimny is the product which has been launched the maximum number of times without being getting launched. So we are waiting for those products, but we are also waiting for a few new electric cars. You must have seen MG has recently announced their small electric car. So that is also something which everyone is looking at. But I want to add one point. I think we had discussed earlier that booking the car in December and buying in January, would it make sense? So I wanted to just for the viewers who are kind of thinking on those lines, I don't think it will make any difference because as you know, most of the dealerships, they do charge you whatever the price is at the time of buying. So even if you book the car at the price of X, and the price increase in January, which is very common.
So that's the case. And Kranti, thank you so much for making up that point, because that's exactly what I wanted to highlight for our viewers, that even if you book the car in December, the delivery, at the time of delivery, the price that the dealer...
January onwards. So MG has announced their two-seater. We might see the Citroen C3's electric version this year. But at the same time, one more point which I want to add while thinking of buying a vehicle in December, that now earlier it used to be it used to mean that you might get better price when you have maybe 22 or 23 model car. But now if you look at the scenario, the market, we know that by in maybe 6-7 years down the line, the kind of value you will get from the used car market won't be that great for any ICE vehicle, whether it's petrol or diesel. So everyone knows that things are moving towards hybrid or EV. So that is also one point which most of the customers understand, that now we don't have to worry about December or January, because in 6-7 years the scenario would be totally different, as we all can see. But coming back to the question you asked, I think we are going to see serious shift towards EVs, because hybrid, even right now, we have few models, but most of the customers are looking at it in a manner where it can be an option for diesel vehicles, but for more value-centric product, you might see mass segment electric vehicles move.
We look forward to that transition happening. That will be interesting to see. But Kranti, when it comes to the entry-level segment car, although in the industry we are seeing a declining trend, but we can't deny the fact that a car like Maruti Alto is the car that is being sold the most in a market like India. And now there too, the companies are trying to get and become a bit competitive. In terms of why I'm asking is because Tata recently launched an EV below 10 lakhs of rupees. So going forward, do you expect, because the SUVs are higher on the demand, so can the entry-level segment have some kind of a price war between the companies, because they do have the inventory level that is lined up? What's your view coming in on that?
I guess we all would agree that that segment is where the most action is, and we are going to see big numbers in value-centric car segment in coming couple of years. Even by 2030, everyone is kind of the average percentage or average ratio, which was ICE versus electric is still 70-30 or maybe 60-40. But at the same time, I think the price war we might see in the electric car segment, because what we saw from Nexon to Tiago to Tiggo and then Tiago, and similarly from other manufacturers also. If we look at Citroën, they are also hinting at a very competitive price. So I'm not sure about the price war in the ICE segment with Alto or Quid or that kind of car, because the customers have also moved towards more feature-rich products, and they will keep moving as far as Indian condition or Indian market is concerned. But I think the price war, which I'm expecting, is in the smaller EV segment.
Okay, but Kranti, the last take would like to have on the SUV segment, because going forward, the launches are also lined up, and what we have seen in the past couple of years is that the pocket size of all these consumers is increasing. Because why I say this, because back in 2021, 15 lakhs or 17 lakhs was kind of an average, but now if you go into the market, the people will tend to like a car which is 20 lakhs and above. So going forward in 2023, you expect this trend to move forward as well, where maybe 25 lakhs or 30 lakhs above can be a normal buying in the terms of the range for all these customers?
Especially price appreciation is going to happen. This is what we generally see, but I'm not sure the kind of price hikes we saw in 2022 or maybe 21 that will that will be similar to that. But I definitely feel we don't have to look at the price point or pricing of the cars. What we are looking at, or what we are seeing, is Indian customers' behavior or priority towards better features, safer cars, and if the companies they end up providing these more features, tech-heavy, loaded cars, safer cars in their budget, I think that is the product which most of the customers are going for, because Indian customers are very value centric. So I'm not too sure if we will move from 17 lakhs to 25 lakhs so suddenly. But I'm definitely sure, I'm very sure about one aspect, with that Indian customers are going to be more demanding, more brutal, and more value centric as far as features and safety features are concerned in the cars.
Okay, we'll definitely look out for that, Kranti, but thank you so much. We'll let you go on that. It was a pleasure having you on ET Now for today.
Thank you so much.